Have you ever walked into the room, seen a chewed slipper or knocked over trash can, and spotted your Pomeranian slinking off or giving you those big wide eyes? It's so easy to think, aha, they know that they did something wrong. But today, we're going to dig deep and ask, do Pomeranians actually feel guilt, or is something else going on? Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand not just what your Pom is really thinking, but how you can respond in a way that builds trust and improves behavior. Let's start with the basic foundation. What is guilt, at least in humans? Guilt is what psychologists call a secondary emotion. It's more advanced than primary emotions like fear, happiness, or anger. Guilt requires a few key ingredients: self-awareness, understanding of right and wrong, memory of an action, and empathy for someone else's feelings. It's a mental process that often sounds like, I did something wrong, I feel bad about it, and I want to fix it. Now think about that for a second. That's a lot of cognitive work. It's deeply tied to our sense of morality or social norms. So then the question becomes, do dogs, even smart little dogs like Pomeranians, experience all of those things in the same way? So what does science say about dog guilt? This is where things get really interesting. Scientists have studied canine emotions for years, and there's a lot of debate. One of the most famous studies on dog guilt comes from Dr. Alexandria Horowitz. She conducted a clever experiment where dog owners were asked to leave the room. While they were gone, researchers would either let the dog eat a forbidden treat or prevent them from doing so. Then the owners returned. In some cases, they were falsely told that their dog had misbehaved. And guess what? Even the dogs who didn't do anything wrong still gave that guilty look when their owners acted disappointed or upset. So what does that tell us? It suggests the dog's behavior wasn't based on guilt over the treat. It was a reaction to their human's body language and tone of voice. So we all know the look, right? Poms are especially expressive. So what makes it even more dramatic when they look guilty, right? So what's that guilty look really? You might see big wide eyes, ears pinned back, and hiding behind furniture or under a chair. But let's break this down. These are submissive or appeasement behaviors, not signs of remorse. Dogs display these body language cues when they're uncomfortable or unsure, when they sense tension or want to avoid confrontation. They're not necessarily thinking, I made a mistake. They're reading you. So how do dogs read human emotions? Dogs are phenomenal at reading human emotions. Some studies show that they can recognize over a dozen facial expressions. They even pick up on micro changes in the tone of your voice or posture. Your Pomeranian might not remember that they tipped over the trash can hours ago, but they absolutely notice that your eyes look wide, your voice is firm, and your movements are sharper. So what do? They default to appeasement mode. Let me look small and harmless, and please don't be mad at me. It's actually a brilliant survival strategy that helps dogs live peacefully on social groups, and that includes in your home. So are Pomeranians especially prone to looking guilty? Now let's talk about breed personality. Pomeranians are emotionally tuned in and very people-oriented. They tend to bond closely with one or two people, and they're highly responsive to vocal tone and emotion. They're also incredibly expressive. Their big eyes, fluffy frames, and dramatic reactions make them more likely to be read as guilty than more stoic breeds. And let's be honest, sometimes they do have a flair for the dramatic. A Pom might give you the side eye, slink away slowly, and pause dramatically at the doorway as if to say, I've brought some shame to my ancestors. But again, these are learned, emotionally driven reactions, not signs of true guilt as we know it. So, the power of conditioning. So if it's not guilt, what is it? It's conditioning. Your dog learns through repetition what behaviors bring certain results. So let's say your Pom tears up a pillow, you come home, see the mess, and raise your voice, your Pom starts to look guilty. Next time it happens, they may react the same way, even before you speak. Why? Because they've linked your arrival and mood with their past action. They're anticipating your emotional state. This is why timing and training is so important. If you correct a dog too late, even minutes later, they don't connect your connection to their behavior. So what emotions do dogs feel? Let's not shortchange dogs though. While guilt may be a stretch, dogs absolutely feel a wide range of emotions: joy and excitement, fear and anxiety, affection, jealousy, curiosity, and anticipation. Pomeranians especially are known for being emotionally rich. They may not feel guilt, but they do feel upset when you're upset, and they can get nervous if they sense that they're in trouble. So instead of asking, "Does my dog feel bad about what they did?" try asking, "What is my dog feeling right now, and what triggered it?" So what to do when you see that guilty look? Don't punish them after the fact. It won't help. It actually can break trust. Avoid yelling or overreacting. Your dog will focus on your emotions, not the behavior. Clean up quietly. Save your training for the next opportunity when you catch them in the act. And redirect future behavior. Give them something appropriate to chew, for example. Praise good behavior when it happens. Catch them doing the right thing and make a big deal out of it. Dogs thrive when they know what's expected and feel safe around you. So let's bring this all together. Do Pomeranians feel guilt? Probably not the way humans do, but what they do feel is a strong emotional response to our mood, tone, and behavior. They read us incredibly well. They want peace. They want connection. And sometimes they've learned that looking guilty helps diffuse the situation. Understanding this helps us be better dog parents. It reminds us to respond with clarity, patience, and kindness, even when our fluff ball gets into a little mischief. If you've enjoyed this video, you may enjoy my video on 11 things that hurt your Pomeranian's feelings. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hug your Pom today.